Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel where this particular video is about Yieldnodes and review for the month of May. But we have a bit more for you than just the review of the month itself. We also have a couple of new intriguing features of Yieldnodes and the Yieldnodes team is presenting. We have a new way of withdrawing money from Yieldnodes, and we also have a new way of making sure that you can go shopping and you can also do new investments. So a lot of intriguing information in this particular video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, you keep the notification bell turned on, smash the like button, and let's take a look at what Yieldnodes has been up to. So we're going to start off with the Yieldnodes letter. So coming in for us, and this is what all members of Yieldnodes is getting. So every single month, a little email from the Yieldnodes team, and basically explaining here Yieldnodes profit of May, 7.9%. So great news. 7.9%. Yes, it is a bit low compared to the previous months that we had, and the average of Yieldnodes is normally somewhere around 10-11% over the last 20 months we had. But no matter what, it has been a tough month for Bitcoin, which obviously also affects Yieldnodes, maybe not to the same extent as other ones, because Bitcoin lost around 50% and then regained a part and been bouncing back ever since. It's a bit of a different story with Yieldnodes, and obviously still coming out after a month like that with 7.9%. in profit is great results. But let's have a quick look at what the Yieldnodes team has to say here. Obviously they're happy with the 7.9 profit for the month of May, despite the weak crypto markets. Sapphire withdrawals are now live. This is obviously something that we want to try and test, and you'll see it also when we go to the Yieldnodes homepage here. So as part of the evolution of the ecosystem, the plan to be less dependent on Bitcoin, Yieldnodes has integrated Sapphire withdrawal to complete existing Sapphire vouchers. So simply you can download your wallet through the link, and the link is actually on the website itself, so very easy. And we'll show you that a bit later of exactly how that's done. The Sapphire withdrawal will be processed on the 4th instead of where we normally have on the 8th of the month. But the process will still be the same. So you need to make your withdrawal request between the 1st and the 15th of the month in order to get them out on the 4th or on the 8th, depending on what currency you want it out in. Bitcoin will not be affected, so will still be on the 8th, as it says here. And obviously again here, so they want to make sure that we're not so dependent on the Bitcoin part. And so now the next step will be, what can we now do with these Sapphire coins? And the Sapphire wallet, there's multiple different ways. Either, as they say here, you can let it sit here and just appreciate over time. You can go in and you can go through Masternoding. And that is something for sure we will do next time when we take money out. We are planning on doing that before the 15th of the month. So obviously we'll do a video on that later on, exactly how much profit you can expect in the future. And there's also a new part where you can visit the shop, the SAP shopping. And you can also go in, and from there on you can buy different vouchers from Amazon, Netflix, Apple, and so on. And you can even also go back and buy your way in again to Yieldnodes, and reinvest through there. So there's plenty of opportunities to come. So this is very exciting stuff, of course, that to see the Yieldnodes is coming up with new ways of making sure we can diversify our portfolio. So by all means, we will try it out and let you know exactly how we go. So with these new parts, we'll go back and we'll have a look into our normal site to see how it looks for this month. So having logged into Yieldnodes through the normal site again here, we're at the dashboard, so the main front page of this, and you can see our Masternode balance is currently at 23,891.52 euros. It also shows up still in Ethereum and Bitcoin, but at the end of the day, euros is still the one. On the right hand side over here, we can see the return of investment, which is getting close now to about 10,000. So nicely, steady but surely, it'll go up. For the month, we can see here, this was for May, 7.9, as we just saw on the video we had before. And now for the first week, so here of June, we have 1.8% again, and which is not bad. It's a good steady profit, and if we continue like this, yeah, we're going to end up somewhere around the 10% mark again. But let's see, obviously it all depends also a bit on how the crypto market goes, everything else. As usual, in the folder here we have the last 3 months of profit, and we can go just into a bit more detail. And the detail here will basically show, this is 2021. If you haven't seen my video before, you can see that I started off basically end of November with the first payments, November, December here. So that's why December is the first month that I actually have a profit, and I started off with about 500 euro profit, which was not bad. So and for 2021, you can see it's obviously bouncing around depending on the percentage. Below here you have the exact percentage of what was received. The little red dot basically just means that it's different from the overall monthly, and that's because you have either withdrawn some money at one point or you have put extra money in for the month. So that will basically take the percentage off from what you will see overall. If you go down here for the last couple of months, you'll see that there hasn't been any transactions. That has basically blurred the results. So the 12.7 is the same as we had for the month of April, and 7.9 for the month of May. So it'll most probably change when we again take a bit of money out and try to see what we can do with the Sapphire part. So that's what it looks like at the moment. On the deposit side, not much has happened, but the interesting stuff here is you see the deposit history, and if you remember and have looked at the other videos, you'll know that any investment in Yieldnodes is locked in for the first 6 months, where you cannot take that out. You can take the profit out, but you cannot take the initial investment out. And the first part you will now see here, that was invested about 1,800 and just over 3,000 euros. So this was done back in end of November, and that is now being released. So that means that you can basically go and take that investment out in full if you want to do that. At the moment we don't. Obviously we want to still compound, but we also want to see some benefits, so we will take it out as we go along. But we wanted to compound, otherwise it's going to take us too long, I believe. Yeah. But you can see we have made 5 entries here, and you can also see the monthly profits we have then received back. So all in all, very, very strong as always. So with Yieldnodes, and we get to the point for the withdrawal, and this is normally what it looks like. We had the Bitcoin here before, so now we have the Sapphire one. Basically what you need to do is you need now to open a wallet, and I will cover that later in this video, where you go in and you download the wallet, you set the wallet up on your laptop and everything else. So we'll do that just a bit later. So the last part I want to show you before we go to what can be done here in the future, so we'll be on the performance section. And as always, there's a nice little graph, and I just want to change it to 10,000. So again, this basically shows us that if we were in with about 10,000 back in September 2019, and it compares to the DAO, it compares to the Bitcoin. So, and we can see the difference of over the 20 months we had here. So if you had an initial investment of 10,000, basically today, as it says up here, you would have made 220%, or you would have in your account today 32,000 euros. So not bad. For the one of us that are compounding, we end up here at an astonishing more than 700%. So, or you would have in your bank account more than 80,000 euros. So quite impressive, and obviously 10% from the 80,000 will give you a very good monthly boost, yeah, for your economy for sure. The last part is the Bitcoin that we can see has moved down again here after the half of the Bitcoin basically by 50%. So we'll see what happens with that. But obviously we are not so concerned with that because Yieldnodes is not part of Bitcoin trading. It's basically Masternoding. So yeah, astonishing 700% over 20 months. There's not many investments that can give you that month after month without having a single month in red. So well done to the Yieldnodes team once again. So, and I really hope to meet up with them very soon and see the new office in Malta. So, but more about that later. So we'll go back and we'll have a quick look at see what exactly Yieldnodes has to offer now on the shopping side and on the mining side. So let's go and have a look. So let's go back for the withdrawal process here. We click on the Sapphire SAP, and then basically we download the wallet here, and that will take you to a different site. So it will take you to this one here, where there's a bit more information on the different types of Masternoding, rewards, everything else. And if we start going down here, it'll tell you a bit more about the coins, the ecosystem, the community that they want to build with the Sapphire, the latest news, coin specifications, what they have, the Masternoding part of it, and basically you can go here to the wallets where you can either pick it up here in Windows, on the Mac, so on the Linux. So there's obviously good support for everything. And if you want to also be part of the community channels, there's various ways to do this. So we are on the Telegram one normally, so I prefer that one, but it's entirely up to you. You basically just add in here, so and then you can view it in the Telegram section. So if we go back up again, I'll just quickly show you the Sapphire shopping over here. That can be done once you set up your wallet and you received money out of Yieldnodes. You have an opportunity here. So for the shopping part and the top products here, as they have at the moment, obviously they're expanding this. So you can buy your way in for Apple Music, Netflix, PlayStation items. As I said, you can even go back and reinvest back with SAP coins into Yieldnodes. So these are some of the options you have, the top products, and then you can go in and join the shopping area here for more details. And these are set up also different parts for different countries. So there's something for you to look at. I'll, as always, make sure that you have the links to the different items, and you can go in there. You don't necessarily have to do anything with Yieldnodes in order to go in here, but obviously you need your wallet set up. So okay, so let's try and just go back for a second and have a look at the other part that was discussed. in the email we saw, where you can basically do a bit of extra investment on the side. So let's click here. So now we're in on the site that was recommended by Yieldnodes in the previous email I showed you. And obviously there's a lot more than just SAP and Sapphire in here. So there's a range of different coins and everything else. And you can even see some of the ones that are already set up. One of the jackpots, 777 here, is also part of Yieldnodes coins. Just having a quick look at Sapphire here today, it will basically tell you that this is the return of investment. So as it says up here, so for more than 50%. So obviously that sounds very interesting, and that's for sure something we want to try in the future. Then people say, well, actually I get more out of Yieldnodes, so why should I put the money over there? Again, it's about diversification, making sure that you have a multiple range of different investments, and you never know when one will go down. So you got to make sure you spread the joy out, so that you can always take a hit on one or two things that doesn't really work out. So so why not? We will try it for sure, and then we'll let you know how it goes in the future. Once we receive the first coins in the wallet, we will try this. So interesting things from Yieldnodes and new opportunities. So great stuff, shopping and basically making a bit more money. So which is what this channel is all about. So enjoying life and making sure that we can sustain it in the long run. But before we finished, I promised you to we'll have a look at the wallet for the Sapphire, and we'll do a Windows download on this particular one. So if you got your download down, you'll see a file like this, a zip file. Within that zip file, you'll have 4 programs, and you basically just click on this particular one. And hopefully in a second or two, here it will then tell you that you need a bit of space for this particular one. So and it says it will also increase, so you need about 1 gigabyte of data that will be stored in the directory, and it will grow over time, so you've got to make sure that you have plenty of space. So obviously it's chosen in this case here a C drive, which is not where we want it. So let me just change that for a second. So we have now selected a different folder that will work a bit better for us. So we have the pop-up here and default language. I guess it's gonna be American English. There you go. Select your language, welcome. Privacy. Okay. And Masternoding. What is Masternoding? Well, we have a link and a video on that, so I can show you a bit more to it. And basically we'll let the program run. So your wallet address is now set up. Obviously there's nothing in here at the moment, so you can feel free to explore. Basically what you need to do for Yieldnodes is you need to have an address where you're gonna put the money, and in this particular case it's here. You can edit the label itself, you can actually generate a new address, or you can run with the default one, and all you do is you basically copy your address that you have, you do that, and then you go over and you set up a Yieldnodes. So we are back over with Yieldnodes Withdraw. We go into our Sapphire SAP and we manage. So this was where we downloaded it from before, if you remember, and then manage the withdraw wallet. It's from here. You set up the title that you want for this, and basically you copy paste it in, and then this you call master, I guess. You add a wallet, and then we just need to enter the from the authenticator. So 65, okay, and that should be it. Let's go back and let's have a look. Oops, like this, and you have your master wallet down here now. Yeah, so works perfect, and that's pretty much what we're gonna cover today. So I hope you enjoyed the extra details of Yieldnodes today and the things that they have worked hard at to put in place for us. I'm definitely very excited about these things, so I'm gonna look forward to receiving the money, putting in the wallet, and figuring out how can we make a new income. Yeah, so hope most probably we'll have something for you by next month in that review, and we'll see exactly what we're gonna make. So for this time around, thank you for today.